no pro football in the Netherlands, but kids are going back to school and daycare. We're going to talk about the Varsity Blues Scandal. Jorge Salcedo of UCLA, was UCLA. He pleaded. We're also going to talk about youth soccer in America, and I'm going to give you my advice for the day for all you parents are concerned about what should you do during this time. Everything on episode 494. This is Coach Cameron's Soccer Podcast. Thanks for joining me. But first up, we're going to be talking about the Netherlands and everything that's going on there. I think there's future scandals going on, but let's just read from the DutchNews.nl. They say Dutch reopen primary schools and daycares, but ban events until September. So no sporting events, but your kids are going to be going to school full speed, trying to figure out how do we spread the virus as fast as possible. I have a problem with all this that's going on based on who's telling us what to do, because it's politicians that know nothing. Let me tell you something about politicians. I don't care what side you're on, what part of the world you're on. They are bought, they are paid for, they don't have a critical thought in their brain. They run for office. They try to convince you to be part of voting them into office so they can have ice cream of any color. Like Nancy Pelosi. They are taking our money, and then they're taking more money to influence things however they want according to the money they were given. That's what's happening. If you don't see that, you're crazy. Anyways, the Netherlands will start reopening primary schools and daycare centers May 11th, but organized events remain banned until September 1st. The Prime Minister told a news conference on Tuesday evening, "This is a maximum we can do at the moment. In particular, relaxing the social distancing rules too quickly will lead to a second wave of infection, which needs to be averted. These are difficult considerations, but it's a question of better safe than sorry. We have to be cautious." What? You want to be cautious? Why are you letting kids back in school? Why daycare's being open? If there's one thing we do know about the disease, I think, is it spreads fast. So you have all the kids in schools and daycares, and then they spread it there, and they're fine because it doesn't affect the kids. And they come back home and spread it to grandma, grandpa, and then a bunch of people die. I mean, if I was going to choose how to spread the disease fast as I could, it would be go let kids back in school. But I don't understand the disease. But from what we know now, that's what it would be. It makes no sense. So they are truly manipulating things in someone's favor. This is what I think is what's happening is the Prime Minister of the Netherlands is getting paid, or the government officials over there are getting paid to keep that league shut down. But because of political pressure, they're getting kids back in school because their voters are saying, we need our kids out of our house because they're killing us. I get it. But shut down professional football with empty stadiums, they can't even practice. It makes no sense, except for if they keep that happening that way, that will force probably some smaller clubs to drop out because of financial reasons, go bankrupt and all that, and other people get in, and those other people are funding the government. Conspiracy? Yes. How many conspiracies are coming true right now? For the ones who are willing to do the information, a lot. You can't trust it. Speaking of conspiracies and, whatnot, you can't trust people like this, the coronavirus people. Not only can they go back to school, they can participate in sports. I forgot to read this part. Sports, young children will also be allowed to resume taking part in team sports, but without formal matches, which pose a bigger risk of spreading the virus. The under-18s may also take part in team sports training again, provided they keep the 1.5 meter rule. What the heck is a 1.5 meter rule? I already know what that is. I know it's not 6 feet. I know this because I Googled it. What is that? So you play soccer, but you can't make a tackle. So if you have a bad touch, you're screwed. How are you going to keep kids from going full speed at them anyways? If we had a 1.5 meter rule in soccer here, no way it would work. Or 6 feet rule we're supposed to be doing. It doesn't work because the Americans, the youth soccer in America, first touch is so freaking bad. We need to make it like a 20-foot barrier. I just don't see how that goes. And going to what information we're getting that we don't know, that we do know, that we don't know, that they know, that we don't know, that we actually know that they don't know. 1.5 meter rule? 6 feet. I don't know what that is in meters. Unless I'm sure the reporter screwed it up, but that's just what I'm reading. So yeah, whatever. So I don't trust anybody. When money's involved, bad things happen. Speaking when money's involved, you got the UCLA coach, the ex-UCLA coach, former UCLA coach, Jorge Salcedo pleads guilty to conspiring to committing racketeering. The LA Times reported on last Tuesday, because I didn't see this because it got buried under the coronavirus stuff. But now that I found it, I'm outing you again. You shouldn't avoid being destroyed online because of the coronavirus. The UCLA men's soccer coach Jorge Salcedo will plead guilty to conspiring to committing racketeering. So he pleaded guilty. It goes on. It says, according to the plea agreement, prosecutors said that they would recommend a sentence at the low end of a guilty range that calls 24 to 30 months in federal prison. Salcedo agreed to forfeit $200,000, the money he pocketed from the mission scandal involving a couple of players. And yeah, so he's not going to enjoy losing his home and going to federal prison. The question is, how long is he going to go? And how much time are these two going to get? So we have Felicity, Huffman, and Loughlin. They're not going to serve as much as UCLA coach. You know why? Because they have money and they can manipulate things. They probably called their friends. They could probably call Nancy Pelosi, hey, please help me get out of this. I'll buy you ice cream, kind of thing. So, yeah, if they don't go down like the others, I'll be pretty ticked off. But let's out all the schools that were involved. The ones that are involved, non-athletic, or not soccer, is our boys at Wake Forest, the Hoyas, Georgetown, and then we had, University of Texas, University of San Diego, Stanford, whether it was that rowing or something. But the big three are USC, UCLA, and Yale. That's big three for us. Those are the soccer-affiliated ones, and they're the ones that are causing problems. And they all got fired. Good riddance. You should be fired. So, yeah, that's my podcast today. But as far as youth soccer in America, it's all messed up. But I'm going to give you some advice, Mom and Dad. So when choosing a soccer club to play in, now you see it all on Facebook, everywhere. Tryouts here, sign up here, please. They're like, they need you because they need the money to pay their coaches to do something because they can't do anything right now. They're trying to sign up. They're trying to get your information right away. It's a big scam. Don't trust the clubs. Trust the coach. Wherever that good coach is, and a good coach is someone that is actually allows your kid to fail, allows your kid to learn, allows your child to learn to take a first touch that actually isn't past the 1.5 meter mark. That'll help them if you ever move to Netherlands. You need someone that will focus on technique and not winning. You want competency of the sport from that coach, but you also want them to teach the kids to be successful. In order to be successful in life, you have to go through the process of failure. You have to find a coach that cares, that allow them to fail. Find the coach, not the club. That is the best advice I can give you. So I'm out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 494. And I'm very hopeful that we can come together and this whole coronavirus goes away. But this was episode 494. And J-Mac will be here for 500, which is exciting. Exciting for me. So this is Coach Cameron, 494. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.